What's going on, guys? Today I want to do a quick WrestleMania predictions video with all the information that we have so far. Now, as of the recording of this video, WrestleMania is still 3 weeks away, I believe, maybe a little less. But everything's kind of falling into place. I think we have a majority of our matches confirmed. There's still a couple spaces that might need to be filled, still a couple of feuds that haven't quite came to a head yet, so the matches haven't been set up. But this is just kind of a little rough draft, a little early predictions video, if you will. You know, I'm hyped for WrestleMania season. You're hyped for WrestleMania season. Let's enjoy the festivities, okay? So my last video was part of WrestleMania. Now we're gonna first start off with the LA Knight and AJ Styles match. Now this feud so far has had a pretty fun build to it. It's not the deepest storyline that we've ever gotten, but you know, it's kind of funny. I mean, you know, AJ Styles flying all the way to Australia just to beat up LA Knight and sabotage his chances in the Elimination Chamber, hit him with a steel chair. I mean, dude, that's like another level of petty that I aspire to get to. Yeah, just kidding. But I strongly believe that LA Knight is going to go over in this match. I kind of see it as, in a way, I want to say a passing of the torch, even though they're both kind of on the older end. I know AJ Styles might have close to a decade of seniority on LA Knight, but I kind of see this as LA Knight getting passed the baton from AJ Styles to kind of take over a similar slot as to what AJ Styles has. Because let's be honest, AJ Styles isn't going to be around forever. Sure, LA Knight isn't either, but there's definitely way more untapped potential in LA Knight versus AJ Styles, who's kind of, you know, reached a majority of the potential he's going to reach in his career. So I see this as LA Knight getting the win. Also, it would be a big victory because LA Knight's the baby face. You know, it'd be a great feel-good moment. So I got LA Knight for that. Next up, we have the triple threat with Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Now, I'm a little bit torn on this match in particular. The last person I want to win is Logan Paul. I am not a Logan Paul defender. You know, I respect the dude's athleticism. I think he does good character work. He's somebody where I can't separate the art from the artist. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I don't like Logan Paul. That being said, I don't want him to retain, even though I have a gut feeling that he's going to retain. If it's not him, I see Kevin Owens winning, because as much as I want Randy Orton to win a championship, I feel like the United States Championship is like the last title he should be winning right now. I definitely think he should be in the main event picture, possibly in a feud with Gunther down the line, you know, for the Intercontinental title. But as it stands, I don't see Randy Orton getting the United States title. I'm also not too big on KO getting the title, so I think the best business decision for WWE is just to keep the title on Logan. You know, he's kind of a walking advertisement for WWE when he's carrying that title around, you know, just doing things outside of the WWE, holding his United States Championship. So even though I don't like the guy, I think the title, it's you know, it's kind of the right place to have the U.S. title right now. So we're keeping it on Logan Paul. All right, next we have a highly anticipated Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Now, I think we're all kind of on the same page here. I think we all see Drew winning. Dude, there's no way that Seth is retaining. There's no way. I got nothing against Seth, but his title reign with this World Heavyweight Championship has way overstayed its welcome, and Drew McIntyre is red hot right now. You know, everybody loves him, even though he's a heel. They've loved him more as a heel than they have with him as a babyface in the past 3 years. So I would bet money that Drew McIntyre is walking out of WrestleMania with the World Heavyweight Championship, unless they pull the rug out from under us and have Damian Priest cash in or some shit. I think Drew McIntyre is locked in for the win with that match. So That's what I'm going with Drew versus Seth. Is either Drew's winning or maybe there's a very, very slight chance that Damian cashes in. In a way, I could see it, but I don't think that would be the right decision. If I was booking it, I'd just have Drew win. Maybe have Damian cash in, but he should fail the cash in if he does cash in. But I could see a world where they just pull something out from left field and have Damian, walk out as champion. But I wouldn't want that. So we're going with Drew here. All right, next up we got the Gunther and Sami Zayn match. We want Gable. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I coughed a little bit there. But in this Gunther versus Sami match, once again, I see Gunther retaining this. I do. I don't think this is the right person for Gunther to lose his championship to. Look, Sami Zayn had a huge moment dethroning a dethroning a historic title run at WrestleMania 39. I don't think he needs to do it 2 years in a row. I don't think he's I don't want to say over because Sami Zayn is very over, but I don't think he has enough momentum going into this match to be the one to dethrone a very historic championship reign. So I think they just need to keep the title on Gunther. Have him lose it another time. I don't think Sami's the guy to do it. So I'm keeping Gunther retaining in that match. All right, what do we have next? We have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. The Man versus Mommy. Once again, I'm doing a lot of retaining here, but obviously, Rhea's retaining, right? Right, guys? I hope she is. I promise I'll get to some title changes at some point in this video, but these are all the people that I think are going to retain. I don't see Rhea dropping the title here. I think out of all these, this is the most set in stone one. Rhea definitely needs to walk out with that championship. I don't think it's a good idea to put the championship on Becky. So we're leaving Rhea. She's walking out as champion. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking about a title change. Bayley needs to be Io Sky. She needs to, okay? This feud that has been building up between her and Damage Control, it already hasn't been getting enough attention with this road to WrestleMania, just because obviously The Rock is back and the Cody versus Roman match and Drew versus Seth. There's a lot of, I don't want to say more important things going on because I think this is a very important feud, but there's more priority over these other feuds for obvious reasons. And I think it's unfortunate, and I think Bayley needs her flowers, and I think she needs it at WrestleMania. She needs to defeat Io Sky. Now, I am a little bit biased here because I did attend the 2024 Royal Rumble, and Bayley was my number one pick to win that match, and that was my feel-good moment of the night. So I really want to see, I want to finish my Road to WrestleMania story, starting out with me going to the Royal Rumble and no other live events. But, I really think she needs to win. I think she deserves it. She's been, putting over so much talent lately, and I think she just needs her flowers at WrestleMania, something that is long overdue for Bayley. So Bayley gets the championship. Let's do it. All right. Next up, we have the men's tag team ladder match that is going on. And as of the making of this video, we don't have all the opponents who are going to be competing in the ladder match, so I can't really give you a clear winner. But I'm going to guarantee you one thing. You know what? I'm going out on a limb and guaranteeing two things. Number one, Judgment Day is losing both titles. Number two, they're going to split those titles. So I'm going to leave it at that. We don't have enough information for me to say who's going to win the championships in that match, but it's definitely going to get dropped by Judgment Day, and they're definitely going to get split. And one other thing I want to add, it's basically fantasy booking, but there is like a 0.0001% chance it might happen. Hardy Boys return. There's going to be an empty slot that's not going to get filled by WrestleMania, and I want to see the Hardy Boys return in that match. Now, this may be a controversial opinion because, look, I know, you know, they're at the twilight of their careers, Jeff and Matt Hardy. You know, they're old. They're not performing at the levels that they used to be, and, you know, they're borderline. You know, it's questionable if they should still be competing because their bodies are just so broken from, you know, the years and years and years of just doing crazy shit. And this is just me being an absolute Jeff Hardy mark. I just want to see him one more time at WrestleMania. And, you know, even if they show up and, you know, they retire right after that match or they do one more, you know, brief run, I just want to see both of those guys in the WWE one more time just for old time's sake. For those that don't know, Jeff Hardy's my favorite wrestler of all time. So, once again, a little bit biased, but this is my video, so screw it. I don't care. This is what I want. Yeah, I just want it, man. I really hope it happens. I hope we see Jeff and Matt one more time. You know, obviously, as long as they're healthy and cleared to wrestle, you know, it's they're old, man. They're old. But that's what I want. That's a little fantasy prediction that I have here. I don't have too many of those in this video, but that's one that I want. So we got that. One other fantasy thing that I have unrelated to the tag title match is I see Charlotte Flair returning at this WrestleMania. You know, they don't have much. They don't have much build up for Bianca Belair this WrestleMania season, and you know maybe Charlotte Flair could return to do a face-to-face with Bianca and you know build that up over a year. We could see Charlotte Flair, you know, maybe after Rhea Ripley or Becky Lynch possibly wins that match, she could return. But I do see Charlotte Flair making some sort of appearance at this WrestleMania. So that's another prediction that I have. And also John Cena. I think it's pretty rumored that John Cena is going to show up in some degree at WrestleMania. So we might see him too. Let's see. What else do we have, guys? What else do we have? I think... the Jay versus Jimmy. This is one match I could see going either way. I think realistically Jimmy will probably win. Yeah, no, this might be a pretty straightforward match. I don't really see the Bloodline interfering in this match because there's so much other stuff tied into, you know, what's going on with the Bloodline and The Rock and Roman. Unfortunately, it's kind of making this match seem like an afterthought with all the, you know, bigger things going on with Cody Rhodes and The Rock and, you know, this tag team match that's going on. It kind of seems like the Jay versus Jimmy, feud is kind of being put to the wayside a little bit. They just announced it. What was it, last SmackDown? They just announced this match at all. So we still have more time to build it up. But as of right now, it kind of seems like an afterthought. I hope there's some sort of stipulation, some sort of no disqualification or something, some hardcore street fight match. I'd be happy with it going either way because I do think that Jimmy should get a solo push. But I also do like Jay a lot. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of that's currently wrestling. So I'd be happy with either one, but I do feel like Jay is going to retain. But they might pull an upset and, have Jim. You know what? Nah, screw it. I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying Jimmy's winning this one. Okay, Jimmy's winning this one. There we go. And I think that's everything besides the main events, which if you guys watched my last video, you already know my prediction for The Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody Rhodes. I think Rock and Roman are not retaining, but I think they're winning. I hope that they win because I think it sets up the perfect story for Cody versus Roman on night 2. So if you want more of my opinion on the Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth, go watch my last video, and that's all I'm going to say in this one. And for the main event, Once again, I said it in my other video, and I think it kind of has to happen. I don't see why they would continue to keep the belt on Roman besides just for their stupid record-breaking purposes, which at this point just isn't even worth it anymore because the dude, doesn't show up to freaking wrestle Roman Reigns. He doesn't show up to work. So I'm going with Cody winning. I think that there's going to be some twists and turns. I think that they're going to go into this match with bloodline rules. But I think that if I had to predict a turn, I have a feeling that The Rock is going to turn on Roman Reigns. I don't see Seth Rollins turning on Cody. I don't see any other faces turning heel during this match. I see more heels turning face, and this might be The Rock's great big, hero moment that The Rock always needs to have. So if I do have a prediction for who's going to turn, it's going to be The Rock turning on Roman Reigns. I think that's a pretty safe bet for me to say, and that's what I want, and I think that's what we all want after a year of having a part-time champion. Let's do it. Let's pull the trigger on Cody. But that's pretty much all I have right now. Like I said, I may make one more predictions video before WrestleMania 40 happens. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think is going to happen WrestleMania 40? It's a really big show, a lot of hype going into it, and a lot of mainstream eyes on the product right now with The Rock being here and everything. And, wrestling's just in a freaking great state right now, man. And I that's why I'm making these videos. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I'm just so happy to see it doing so good right now. So once again, let me know down in the comments what you guys think is going to happen this WrestleMania. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and let me know what I should do next. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Peace.